Okay, so, I don't know how to exactly phrase this because, I'm baby, but, basically, I don't know. I know Vriska is a huge influence in your life, and I know you've got all this stuff going on because you're, like, in marching band and all these things, and the stuff with Jay is just messing you up because they were your FB and all these things. And I just need you to know that it's not your fault. It's not something that's you or anything related to you. It's completely on them, and it wasn't up to you to be like the bigger person because you're not the adult and you're 13. You don't need to have all the common sense in the world yet. You aren't a perfect person, and you never will be. And just because Jay was a simian to you, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I mean, in the game, Simeon is the one who protects Primrose and makes her feel safe when her dad is a little bit too harsh while training her to be a fighter. And he makes her feel like she matters. He makes her feel loved and everything, writes her poems. He's just this amazing influence in her life. And he's the one, he took things away from her. He was manipulating her the entire time, and she wasn't supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know when you're being abused unless it's like completely obvious, except it never is because abusers abuse you, and every abuser manipulates you, even if it's not intended. Even though I kind of feel like this was, it's not it's not up to the victim to be the one to be like, "Oh, I knew the entire time that blank was abusing me because I'm just smart about that." Because most people, even like domestic cases or rape cases or stuff like that, they don't know that it's bad. They just see it as normal. When I was a kid, I saw what happened to me as completely normal, and it wasn't in any way, shape, or form. I was a kid, and most of my abuse happened between the ages of 7 and 13 for me. And I didn't know when I was 13 that I was being abused, especially from, like, my exes and Jake and stuff like that. It's not up to you to know everything because you're a kid, and that's just not your responsibility. You don't have to have common sense to immediately know, like, Jay was abusing me and I have to accept that. You don't have to immediately accept it in your mind. You don't have to immediately act, even though it's the best thing for you. I know it's hard. I know it's really, really hard because my grooming from Jake still hasn't worn off. And it's been years. It's not just gonna go away. And it's not gonna go away for you either because the urge will probably always be there. And it's not your fault. It's not your problem. It's not something that needs to plague you forever because even if it destroyed your innocence in a way, it didn't destroy you. And you still have yourself and your friends and everyone to support you, even if one day the friends you have aren't in your life anymore. But, yeah,